Hi, I'm Greg Fuhr, CEO of Beratung Advisors. To my left, we have Chris Dolovich, Vice President of Beratung Advisors. And recently, Beratung Advisors has been growing. And because of our growth, we've been asked a lot of questions. What's been fueling our growth? And so, Chris, we're asking you why you chose Beratung Advisors to help people understand our growth. And Chris, the previous videos, we talked about a lot of things over the 7 of them. We talked about our shared values, and you talked about some of our core value alignments. You talked about the fact that our advisors work with 250 households or less. You talked about a customized technology package. And one of the things that was near and dear to my heart, you talked about how our firm is focused on financial planning. What's another reason why you chose Beratung Advisors?
Well, another reason why I chose Beratung Advisors centered around the transition from one firm to another. The transition support that was offered by Beratung Advisors was head and shoulders above what I found with the rest of the industry. I did a lot of research with many other firms, and what I found was transition support can mean many different things. Most often, it was you were given 1 or 2 points of contact and maybe a couple people on site during the time that you were going to be making your transition to the new firm. At Beratung Advisors, everything was customized to my personal needs and also looked at from a team approach. That was vital because when you're making this transition, you have to remember there's a lot of components that go into this. Above all is that everything is new. Whenever you make a transition from one firm to another, when all the technology is new, all the terminology is new, everything needs to be relearned. I liken this a lot to people have a cell phone that they'll hold on to forever. Why? Because the technology, the interface, everything is the same. It's very tough to get them to make a transition to a new technology. But when they do, they discover, why didn't I do this sooner? And when you learn that new technology and you have someone that's there to be able to help you, it's going to make sense and it's going to make it easier to be able to adapt to it. That's the same thing with transition support. You need to learn the new and learn how to use it as best you can. So this all starts many months before. Transition doesn't happen the day that you move. There's a lot of things that go on beforehand. Now, one of the things with transition that a lot of people don't realize is you're still at a firm before that. You have to meet the obligations of the firm and you have to be able to serve your clients while you're still there. But one of the things you have to make sure of is that you can still get everything prepared for where you're going to be going. And a lot of that takes place in the after hours and on your own time. With the personal support that Beratung offered and the team atmosphere, we were able to start that process months before. Tailor a plan. Get everything customized to what I was going to need personally to make that transition. And then the most important day comes, the day of transition. Well, the day of transition means you got to have all hands on deck. You can't just have one person there hoping that they're going to be able to catch all the things that you need to do. Beratung has the entire team on staff, not just the advisors, but the support staff as well, to be able to handle any issues that might come up and be able to help you with the transition as best as you can. So with all hands on deck, that means that support is there, not just from day one, but ongoing as well. The team stays in place. That doesn't go away after the first week. It's there the whole time. To take that a step further, we also have the support of Waddell and Reed and our back office and home office teams and the support staff that they send over to be able to help us adapt to the new technology and the new ways of doing things. They're here to help us get more acquainted with all the things that we need to do. When you do all of these things, you customize that plan. When you actually take the steps that are needed, that transition can go much smoother, and that's exactly what happened here at Beratung. That was the reason why I chose the firm above all else.
Chris, it's so funny. You and I were having this conversation at lunch the other day, and you always hear people talk about transition support. And some of the conversations you were telling me that, we provide transition support. What does it look like? Well, for 2 weeks, we're going to help you. How do you learn new systems in 2 weeks, right? How do you go out and you build a book in 2 weeks? It takes a long time to build a book, to learn systems, to grow as an advisor. And you need people that are going to not just support you for 1 week or 2 weeks, but to be here. And you were talking about the story of how great it was to just walk down the hall and talk to a systems expert. And that's one of the reasons why we love having you part of our team, is because you can then pay it forward and help other advisors. And that's really that team approach that we have here. And we're just glad that you chose Beratung Advisors, and we look forward to helping transition you over to Beratung Advisors. If you're currently at a firm and you're not happy, but you're staying there because you're scared of the transition support, give us a call today. Let's talk. Let's put together a customized transition strategy and help you to overcome those fears. And just like Chris, help you to have a smooth transition, to learn that technology and hit the ground running. If you want to set up your customized strategy, give us a call today at 412-357-2002.